Take care.
Christ almighty. Are you alright, sir?
Here we go again.
It's just that you look...
Muscular, wise, wealthy.
No, that's not what I meant.
I know what you meant. I have had this conversation at least 100 times. Have you never heard of Prester John or the Christian kingdom of Axum?
Yes. Our parish priest talked about that.
Tell me then, how the people in those stories are described. Not exactly like you. Am I right?
But I thought that was just...
So you see, it is not. Musa of Mali is my name. Scholar, explorer, and physician. I run the camp infirmary.
my name is Henry, sir.
Welcome then, Henry. Do you need anything?
You said you're an explorer.
I did indeed. From Timbuktu, I went to Holy Mecca. From the Emirate of Granada to Venice. And from there to the court of Sultan Bayezid of the Osmans. Until I ended up at the court of King Sigismund.
Where is this Mali? And what's it like?
Similar to your country, yet completely different. You mine silver, we gold. But in our country, it would never happen that we allow foreigners into our mines. Overall, it is safer in our country. Nobody will waylay you on your journey. And we treat women with greater respect and set great store by learning.
Well, it's not all that bad here, though, is it?
I admit that there are some things I envy you for. Like what you can do with stone.
What is Mecca like? I've heard people from all over the world go there.
Mainly followers of the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. Praise be his name. But the journey is dangerous. I was robbed and arrived in the city as a pauper. Fortunately, I was helped by a couple of my compatriots. But even so, I did not spend long there. Let us say that I was foolish then, and foreign customs took me by surprise. I went to Cairo, where I learned geography and law, so that I would be better prepared the next time. But I never went back to Mecca.
Why not?
I would rather not talk about this, my friend. All I can say is that there are a few rich men and their beautiful wives who I do not want to meet again.
You were in Granada? Where is that?
Go west from here until you reach the sea, then south to a place called Peninsula Iberica. But I would not go there if I were you. The magnificent Alhambra Palace is forbidden to Christians like you. It is a pity in any case. Such a beautiful and rich country, yet bathed in so much blood.
Blood?
Yes. Sultan Mohammed must constantly repel attacks from the north. That is why I started studying physics, in fact. I wanted to make an impression on the Sultan because swords and cannons are not for me. Let others cut off heads. I can sew them back on again.
Where is Venice, in fact?
You do not know, my friend? Educate yourself a little. It is not far from here, on the other side of the Alps. Remember that learning is like a garden. If you do not tend it, it cannot bear fruit. Venice is an incredible city that floats on the sea, like a huge stone ship. People from all over the world go there to trade. I help them as a translator, especially for Christian envoys from Ethiopia on a pilgrimage to Rome. If only you could have seen their glorious arrival in the city. Their procession stretched from the port to the city center, and they had live leopards as a gift for the king of Venice. But I did not stay long. I, who was accustomed to the Sultan's court, being asked to live among sailors? Out of the question.
How did you come to be with the Osmans?
By complete chance. In Venice, I joined an expedition that was heading to India. but we were attacked by pirates. Fortunately, I was saved by Sultan Bayezid's warship, though it did not seem like good fortune at the time. You must understand that there are not many of my countrymen among the Osmans. The last time was probably in the days of Mansa Musa, but the Sultan soon found out that I had lived among Europeans, and I could talk to all the envoys who came to him, so I became useful.
So why didn't you stay there?
Because we were about to be overwhelmed by the Golden Horde, led by the butcher named Timur. I had quite enough of war in Granada, so when envoys from Hungary came to the Sultan, I managed to persuade them to take me away with them.
What's Sigismund's court like?
I would also like to know that, my friend, but I am stuck here. One would think that the king would value physicians and sages who have traveled the world, but no. He did not even make me his personal physician. He prefers to trust your quacks and sent me here.
It's reckless to speak about Sigismund like that.
I do not think so, my friend, since it is unlikely you will ever get a chance to complain to him.
And how do you like Bohemia?
Do you want to hear the truth, or should I praise it to high heaven?
The truth. You don't need to spare my feelings.
Then, all I can say is that this muddy hill is about the only thing I have seen of your country, and that has not made much of an impression on me. But there is still time. Perhaps I will have the good fortune to see more beautiful sights.
Why did you leave your country of birth?
That is a very personal question, and we are not that well acquainted yet. Forgive me, but I would rather not talk about it. Not now, at least.
I'm new to the camp. Could you show me around? If you don't have too much work, that is.
Well, I suppose it will be all right, if I am not here for a while. At least I can practice your language. You use some strange phrases, you know? But that does not matter now. Let us go.
I saw an arena in the camp. When will there be a tournament?
Firstly, I would not call it a tournament. Rather, mindless hacking. Not even a chogan is so terrible. And, to answer your question, there will not be any. The commanders wisely banned them.
Why did they ban the tourneys?
Because it went too far. Instead of matching skills, people settled scores with each other. They killed each other from rage and also from boredom. Since the tournament was banned, I have a lot less work with mending fractures.
What did you mean by mindless hacking? It's a tourney, isn't it?
Merely dumb violence for its own sake. It is not chivalrous like Pharisea.
What does that mean? Furiazia?
Pharisea, the skill set of an Arab warrior. Where I come from, every fighter must be able to ride a horse and take care of its injuries and illnesses. In addition, he should also be able to hold his own when fighting with a spear and a sword. And of course, excel in archery. And above all, he must not be a coward, but on the contrary, an honorable man.
Furiazia sounds to me like the chivalry of every good knight. Maybe with the exception of that horse medicine of yours.
Really?
But a good Christian knight should also know how to dance, play chess, and write poetry.
Very interesting. It is a pity. I have not met many like that. Those are all true wisdoms. Also in the name of Allah.
What's that chogan, then?
A riding game. Very hard and dangerous. Two teams of riders with wooden mallets try to get a leather ball into the opponent's goal. Whoever does so more times wins.
And what's so dangerous about that?
When the mallet lands on your head. In any case, nothing teaches you how to ride a horse better than Shogun.
Could you show me?
Again, though it is true that it did not go to, but that does not matter. I am sorry that I cannot show you more, but I am sure you understand that there is not much to see. One is almost ashamed to call it an infirmary. Do you not think?
That's true. I thought King Sigismund would take better care of his wounded men.
Unfortunately for them, my friend, I suppose he has bigger problems than keeping his army healthy and fighting fit.
It's lucky he sent an expert like you here, though.
Was that praise or an insult? I cannot tell. I do not think it fortunate in any case. Someone with my knowledge, and all I do is treat diarrhea and broken bones.
No, of course. What else should a sore bones do?
My friend, the human body contains so much beauty and so many secrets that we could explore. So why do we spend so much time on the quality of defecation? Think about it. Though it is true that you do not seem to be any great sage, I suppose you do not know what a real infirmary should look like. But do not worry. There are more cheerful places in the camp. I'm sure something will take your fancy. This part of the camp is mainly for humans. So if you are looking for one, he will be either here or near the bathhouse. We will take a look there too. Do not worry. Over there is the pen where they used to have tournaments, until the captains banned them. But that is a long story. Speaking of the captains here, do you know who is in charge overall?
Aye, I know something about that. You have 3 captains now, don't you?
Exactly. I can see that you take an interest. The camp as a whole is run by Sir Grozav or Borumlaka. That is a village somewhere in Transylvania, as far as I know. He is an interesting man, I'm sure. But he has a lot of trouble with the camp. So he tends to be, as you say,
Good doggy.
I'm sorry. Then there are the Cumans, who are commanded in battle by Cheritan. You will not meet him very often. He often has meetings with the king himself, in Zedlets. He is not a very cheerful man, but he seems a fair-minded commander to me. And he is an outstanding archer, it seems. How about you and archery, my friend?
Well, I don't want to boast, but I'm a pretty good archer. I would happily take on your Chertan.
Really? That sounds like a spectacle that I would perhaps even pay to watch. Perhaps.
Excuse me.
Although I successfully avoid weapons, I have to admit that archery is not just a skill. It is an art. Well, there is enough of that. What were we talking about?
You were telling me about the commanders here.
Ah, yes. The camp captains. As I said, Sir Grozav commands the camp. Cheritan commands in battle. And the third one joined us a few weeks ago. Dietrich Katz, with his Prague artillery regiment. It is a pity you will not be staying for longer. Dietrich is good to talk to, if he is not drinking too much. And over there is our bathhouse. It is not a sight for sore eyes, my friend. And the women, of course. Not this filthy place. Ah, a man should keep reminding himself that zina, what you call fornication, is a shameful deed, opening a road to other evils. By the way, what about you and women, my friend?
Well, there's one here I think about. But I'd rather not talk about that.
Why? Are you afraid that I will steal her from you?
No, it's not that, but... Well, I'm still not sure if she likes me as much as I like her.
I am sure she does. You will see. That is the way of the world. Our Lord Allah,
Excuse me.
Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, creates us in Paris and grants us love in our hearts, so that we may love another.
So are you married, sir? Since you say how wonderful it is.
No, not yet. What woman would want to spend her life traveling with me? But being single does not permit sinning with any girl who takes your fancy. Remember that. Fortunately, a man can help himself in his hour of need. At least if he thereby prevents a worse sin. By the way, your chosen one. Is she pretty?
So beautiful you can't help but stare.
All the more reason to marry her before someone else does. So, in this part of the camp, you see the tents of various mercenaries from Germany, Poland, Hungary. In short, everyone who came to fill their pockets. You can have items repaired by the smith, and if you're hungry, the kitchen is over there. The food will please you more than me, I think, treating meat in that way. I simply cannot eat it. Do you know where the food is truly great? In Granada. So much fruit, sweet pastries, fish. In one banquet, the cooks use more spices than your entire country in a year.
You've been to Granada?
In the court of Sultan Muhammad VII himself. That is where I became a physician. That was when Granada was attacked by Martin Yanez de la Barbuda, and I did not want to die in some battle. So I found a safer way to be useful. You know, I have done a lot of traveling, my friend. From Timbuktu to Mecca, and from Granada to Venice, and now here. But nowhere has the food been worse than here.
Oh, what do you dislike about the food here so much?
I hope I have not offended you. It is not your fault, really. How can a cook make something good when no pepper, cinnamon, or grains of paradise grow here? But your country is beautiful, all the same. And up here is where Katz's company of Parge artillerymen are billeted. To the great displeasure of everyone else in the camp, I must say. You can see why. It is the best spot, right next to the captain's. And when it rains, all the filth runs downhill to the Cumans and mercenaries areas. Here is the pillory. May Allah, the compassionate, ensure you never end up in it. And if you go around the hill, you will come to the camp shooting range. I recommend visiting it. The Cumans must be born with a bow in their hands. But I will not escort you that far, my friend. I do not like to leave the infirmary unattended for long. Alaka Anben.
Fuck. Eh?
Hey there, Pony. If only you knew how much trouble you caused me, friend. But I'm sure Yazet can't wait to see you. Whoa, whoa.
Is this your first time riding a... Stop fooling around.
All right, boy, we're here. I'm sure your master is waiting for you.
God bless.
Tell me something about yourself. Where are you from?
Holohlavi. It's a village near Hradec. My family's been there for 4 generations.
I've never been there.
It doesn't matter. I haven't set foot there for a good 40 years.
That long? How come?
I'd rather not get into it.
All right. I was just asking.
Sorry. It's a painful story.
I know that feeling well. But it's good to pour your heart out sometimes. It'll make you feel better.
That's true too. Sorry, Actually, it's stupid. I had a disagreement with my brother.
And? That's it?
See? You don't understand. Otmar is older, so when my father died, he took over the running of the fortress and the village.
Older than you? My word. Sorry. So, you argued about the inheritance?
No, I was just a boy then, and I wasn't much interested in such things. Otmar wanted me to be chaplain of the church in Holohlavi. But that wouldn't have been the life for me. Ever since I heard the stories of King Arthur as a child, I knew I'd be a knight.
You are one now, though, aren't you?
I don't mean by title. I'm talking about battles and tournaments and romance. Anyway, I soon abandoned my studies and began getting somewhere with a sword in my hand.
Now, your brother meant well. If you couldn't both have the estate, he wanted you to be secure in another way.
That sounds nice, but he saw it differently. Otmar needed to secure his position because the church owns a lot of land in Holohlavi. He didn't care about me at all. But no matter, I'm happier like this anyway. Or at least I used to be. Otmar gave me the armor and the horse. Would you believe it?
Really? Why would he do that?
After I ran away, I struggled and rarely had 2 groschen to rub together. Otmar found out about it and tracked me down. I was afraid that he would drag me home and force me to go back to my studies. But instead, he gave me armor and his best horse and told me to go and be a knight if I must, but not to return home.
And don't you ever miss your brother?
After all these years, more and more, who knows if he's even still alive?
Don't worry. You'll get your things back.
Thank you.
I'm sure you'll see your brother again. About these things of yours.
Did Zavish listen to you? Tell me, how did it go?
Well, it wasn't easy. I had to take part in a knightly duel.
Damn. He didn't hurt you too much, I hope.
Well, that fella? Come on. He hardly had a chance to blink and he was on his arse. He hadn't a chance against me.
But he's a tournament veteran. You have my admiration, lad. What about my Gringolet? Did he give him to you?
He's waiting for you at the inn. He's really quite a good horse for his age.
The best. The House of Hologlavi will be forever in your debt. Take this shield, so at least you'll have something to remember me by if this is farewell for good, which is quite likely given how old and grey I am. I thought you could use my spurs too. Christ! Someone must have stolen them. I'm sorry. And you know what? Now that I have my things back, I can do without the groschen I've saved up. Take them. Let them be of some use.
Ah, it was no bother. And what are you going to do next? I trust you're done with robbing.
As the Lord is my witness, I'm done. It's time for me to go home. Who knows? Maybe I can even reconcile with my brother. I told you about him, remember?
That's not a bad idea. So, take care. And give your brother my greetings.
I'll try. God bless you, Henry.
Courage. Get out of here, pup.
Call back that dog, or I'll report you for being a public nuisance.
Sod off.
Get out!
That's what I thought.
It seems you're reasonable after all.
Clear off, you pup. What? Call off that dog.
Hail Mary.
Was möchtest du, mein Freund?
Can I get something to eat and a place to sleep?
It would be an honor, good sir. And for how long?
I'll stay here longer.
Sehr gut. But you'll have to pay in advance.
Let's talk about the...
Ponds don't over.
What would you say?
You really want... Sehr gut. I knew we'd come to an agreement. You're going to like it here, sir. The rooms are clean, and a cauldron of good food to go with them.
Where can I find my room?
Our guest rooms are on the first floor. You'll recognize yours by the green wreaths above the door.
What's going on around here?
If you're a good craftsman, try asking at the construction site. Krishan was looking for some laborers here recently.
And where might I find this?
Er ist here in the local fortress. Zum Abschluss, I have some advice. It isn't easy to talk about this. A bunch of blackguards from the Hungarian camp, they rob and steal. Nothing.
I came across him. A complete massacre it was.
Tja, und wer weiß if they even buried the poor lad. Am besten if you simply keep away from the place.
Why doesn't the local bailiff do anything?
Ha, because
Whoa, whoa.
Pofáz neked, büdös a
kifelé.
I hope you'll find what you're looking for. Careful. Right now.
Well, I'm here. Should we go then?
Let's get going then, so we're back nice and early. Here we are, youngster.
Hoi charter Kierket! Mindenket!
Kifelé! Mozogsz, te nyomorult! Te is! Kifelé!
Come on, we don't have all day for this! Ne pozoroj to, kozi dödas ale kibas od parastal! Shut the fuck up over there! Fucking peasants. This requisitioning's a pain in the arse. Well then, old star. Have you got the supplies for the king, like we agreed? Hmm?
We prepared what we could.
Where did the men I sent in advance run off to? I just hope they're sleeping off the hangover from your friendly welcome.
Your men? Nobody was here.
God fucking damn it! Can't even rely on forward patrols anymore. If I catch them, they'll hang. Kurva! What about the food for us? Flour, cabbage, meat, cheese, eggs, like last time?
We've got everything, just not as much as last time. We gave what we could, but we're living hand to mouth as is.
Then you better pray it's enough. The lad here will check it and load it onto the wagon. Got it?
I understand. Where should I start?
The men will help you out.
None of that. I said the lad would do it. Tell your people to stay where they are so I can see them. We don't want anyone to get hurt, do we?
We definitely don't.
Tell him where to go so we got this over with.
Everyone is standing in front of their cottages. The biggest house in the village belongs to Fowl. Next to him lives Old Man Willow. And across from Willow, above the stream, is Smill's house. And mine is above that. I'll go there with you myself.
You'll stay right here.
Ask my daughter, Sofka. She'll show you where the supplies are prepared.
And what about that fifth house?
Nobody has lived there for years. The whole family died of the plague.
Fine. Now enough talk, peasant. Let's get to it. I want to be finished by nightfall. And you, lad, wait a mo.
What?
Come closer, so I don't have to yell. Now listen close, and remember what I say. I'm bloody well sure these peasant rats hid something somewhere.
Why would they risk it?
Oh, come on. I'd do exactly the same. Nobody wants to go hungry. Don't believe a word those stinking bastards say, and look through those houses of theirs from top to bottom to make sure they don't have something tucked away.
I understand.
They can be glad we're doing this the easy way, for now. If there's not enough food, they'll have me to answer to. So, food on the cart, all valuables and silver straight to me. I'm sorry.
What do you want from me?
Your help.
You heard your commander. You're supposed to load it up yourself.
That's not what I meant. I'm afraid that if there isn't enough food, the commander will have you killed. I'm sure you've got something tucked aside.
Why should I believe you?
Because I don't want your blood on my hands.
Why don't you tell your commander that? You had your chance.
He would have had me thrashed on the spot. I can help you in secret. If there's enough food, the commander will leave the village alone.
You call that help? Why should I even believe you?
Because my whole family died in Scalise. I don't want that to happen to you as well.
Damn it. May God forgive me. I can't tell you much. If it got out I helped you, the others would never forgive me.
Anything will help. So spit it out.
Look in Smill's cellar and in Fowl's stable.
And what about the last house?
Leave old man Willow out of this, please. His son is hurt, and he's suffered enough already.
Is there something I can do to help him?
Forget about it. You're already more mixed up in this than you should be.
You haven't told me about your house yet.
I was hoping you'd forget about it. Look behind the house, where the big pile of manure is. That's all I can tell you. Really.
Well, I thought we could help each other. But you're not making it easy for me.
Only me and my daughter Sofka know about the last hiding place. And she's no fool. If you find it, she'll know I must have blabbed.
If she really is so smart, she'll surely understand you did it to save everyone.
I hope you're right. Now listen close. Back behind the abandoned house are 3 plague graves. The one in the middle is empty. Well, empty except for the supplies I buried there.
See? I knew we'd come to an agreement.
One of them's coming this way.
I'm collecting supplies for the king's men. Do you have them ready?
They're here, right next to the door to the cottage.
Very well. There's a little bit here. It won't be enough, though. I'm here for the supplies.
When you pass through the gate to the yard, you'll see them on your right.
I hope so. Supplies. There's not much here.
They take everything from us.
Strength is not enough. Oh, intercessor, plead with your son.
Well, where are your supplies for the king?
Right behind the door, leaning against the wall. Everything's ready to go.
Supplies
Let me in,
ready
Sufka.
for the king.
I won't let them take anything else.
I won't get anything out of him in this state. Maybe I could do something to help him. Let's take a look then. I reckon I won't be able to fix you up completely, but maybe at least enough to talk to you. I'll try to take the bandage off for a moment so I can take a look at your wounds. You better pray my hands are steady. Careful. It's sticky with blood.
Ow!
Those are some deep wounds. From a sword. Show me those wounds. I've seen this before. Deep wounds, miserably dressed, and not even cleaned. It's no wonder you're in so much pain. That should do it. I'll have to clean the wounds, preferably with some strong spirits, and then re-bandage them. And it's gonna hurt, so I should find something for the pain before that.
Let me in, Suvka. I won't let them take anything else. Ah. What's the point? So what if they have weapons? There's more of us.
Let's get to... Now I'll clean the wound, if I have something to do it with. Only it seems I don't... Now I'll re-bandage your wound.
Ow!
And that's that. I'll be back.
Don't worry, Suvka. Nothing will happen to me.
Let's get to... First, a bit of spirits. That'll have to do. Hopefully I'll get something meaningful out of him now. Hey! Wake up!
It hurts. What happened?
I was hoping you'd tell me. Who roughed you up like this?
Soldiers. I have to. Are you one of them?
Don't worry. I won't hurt you. I just treated you so you wouldn't die here. What soldiers are you talking about?
They came to take everything away from us. Like always. Sigismund's men. We were only defending ourselves.
What happened to you?
I tried to stop them. So they, wouldn't take anything more from us. So they wouldn't come back. So, we sent them away. Oh. I should have listened to her.
Get some rest. I won't get anything more out of you now, anyway.
Don't let him die yet. Stand by him.
Don't worry.
You're supposed to tell me where I can find the supplies for the king.
Where do you think? Right behind the door in the cottage. Everything's ready underneath the window.
That still isn't enough.
Oh, come on now, Ma. Trust Father.
Plague pits. Kurva? A corpse? Oh, there won't be anything here. Oh, bloody hell. Just another corpse. Nothing at all.
There's something here. I wonder what's inside. Hidden supplies.
What if they hurt him? Quiet, Mama! Not so loud. Don't worry. Turn out.
You silly doggy.
We'll make it through this.
Fuck, youngster, where are those?
I found some valuables.
Hand them over.
Here you go.
That's what I like to see.
I checked all the supplies they prepared for us.
And did you load everything onto the cart?
Aye. It's all loaded up.
Is that all you found?
Yes. That's all.
That's not much at all. The lads back at camp won't be happy.
Maybe I'll find some more.
Let's hope so. Get to it then. We don't have all day.
Where else should I look?
Go through every building thoroughly. And don't forget to look through the barns and attics.
Is that enough yet?
Not yet.
Haven't we taken too much from you?
You don't have too much yet.
This isn't enough for us.
They'll withdraw, and things will be better.
Have mercy on my boy. Don't let him die yet. Stand by him.
A locked cellar. I should ask about it.
Where have two fuckers got to? Probably ran off. That's the 5th time in the last 2 days.
Beer. They'll be happy about this back at Sigismund's camp.
Manuel!
Come on now, Mother. That's not helping anything.
Boy!
We'll just have
This
to
isn't enough for us.
Is that enough yet?
No!
I found a few barrels of beer.
Lady Luck's on our side today, lad. That should shut those lads back at camp up. Keep going. Maybe you'll find some other treasures. And we won't have to take so much food from the villagers.
We'll just have to endure it. Even tell me. If they don't kill you, I definitely will, you bonehead.
Father will deal with them.
The Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb.
Fudem ez a büdös trágyaszak. Trágyahorsz. Menj el!
What else can I do?
What happened to that injured fellow?
He's my son. He was attacked by a group of cutthroats when he was returning from Kuttenberg.
And where did they find him?
Just a short way from here, near Opatovitz.
It's just a stone's throw from the military camp, though. Who dared to rob people there?
Well, I don't know.
I think you're lying to me.
My God, what more do you want? You took our food, nearly murdered my son. Sakra.
Well. So no robbers?
It was them two soldiers who came before you. Sofka, my son's sweetheart, caught their eye. They took her aside to... well, you know what soldiers do to girls. Vitek wanted to protect her. So him and a few lads attacked them with pitchforks. They killed them both. But Vitek came out of it worse for wear.
Where can I find that girl?
She's Binyak's daughter. She'll be standing in front of her house, like all the others.
What should I do with you now?
Don't tell anyone. Please. They'll kill us all.
That all depends on what you tell me in return. Tell me where you hid your supplies from us, and don't tell me you didn't.
Oh, God forgive me.
What can you tell me about that fowl from next door?
He's the only one in the village who has livestock. 2 lovely fattened cows.
Well now, where can I find them?
If the cows aren't in the byre, then he had to drive them somewhere where they wouldn't be found. He often walked them down to the stream to drink. To the right of the bridge.
Thanks. I'll take a look there. That's not enough for me. What else do you know? How about Smill, for instance? Did he hide anything?
He was recently boasting about some barrels of good beer. He said I should come over sometime.
I already know about that. That's not much help.
That's all I know.
What else do you have for me? Spit it out.
I'll never forgive myself for this.
What did Binyak hide, and where? For sure he didn't give me everything either.
Do you know those plague graves beyond the village? Right behind the deserted cottage?
Aye, I've seen them.
At night, I saw Binyak burying something there. I'm sure he was hiding supplies there.
You're right. He did hide them there. And I found them.
That really is everything. I don't know anything more.
All right then. At least you told me something. I'll leave you be for now.
What's going to happen to my son?
Have no fear. I'm not like those soldiers who came before.
God bless you.
About your son.
What about him?
I helped him. I redressed his wounds.
Thanks. Has he woken up yet? And did you speak to him?
He told me everything.
Oh, sweet mother of God. It wasn't his fault. They started everything. It was them 2 soldiers who came before. Sofka, my Spitek wanted to they killed.
What should I do?
Don't tell.
You know...
Thank you.
So this is where Fowl leads his cows, according to what Willow told me. Cattle went this way. Cow prints again. More cow tracks. These are from a cow too. Cow prints again. I knew there had to be lying. Two nicely fattened cows.
Don't cry. Nothing.
Are you Vitek's sweetheart?
I am. What do you want with him?
His father told me he saved you from the king's men when they tried to... you know.
That's true. I don't know what I would have done without him.
What exactly happened there?
These two soldiers came and told me to go with them to the hayloft. Otherwise they'd hurt me. So I went. And then, well, one of them grabbed me. So I couldn't even breathe. I was afraid they'd kill me. But then Vitek attacked them from behind. It was really brave of him.
You're saying he overpowered two trained soldiers by himself?
He wasn't alone. As soon as the fight broke out, my father and some other fellas from the village ran up.
Vitek's father told me a different story. He said they found him in that sorry state and carried him home. Stop lying to me, girl.
God help me, it wasn't my fault. I warned them it would end badly, but Vitek didn't listen to a word I said. He was awfully angry, just like everyone here. Then they came once again, after God knows how many times, to take supplies for their camp.
Slow down a little. Let's go over this one thing at a time. Did the soldiers do anything to you?
Not them two. No. But the other ones before them almost let us die of hunger. And these would have done the same.
What about Vitek's injury?
They did that to him after, in the fight.
Who attacked first?
The fellas from the village. They were trying to lure the soldiers to the hayloft, saying they had the supplies there. But instead of the supplies, there were other men waiting there. And they pounced on the soldiers.
Why did he do it?
Because we're desperate. We feed Sigismund's entire army and have nothing to eat ourselves. What can we live on?
Does this really resolve anything, though? Whose idea was it?
Vitek's. I tried to talk him out of it, and his father did too. But there was no getting through to him.
What did you do with the soldiers?
We buried them in the forest behind the village. Just a short way, away from the place where it happened.
I don't need to hear any more.
My God. What'll happen to us?
Now it's up to me if I tell anybody about it.
Come on now, Mother. That's not helping anything.
I found 2 cows hidden in the forest.
Well, well! The lads back at camp would kill for some fresh meat. Meat's worth more than anything else these paupers prepared for us. Finally, something other than cabbage to eat. I'll send one of those horse fuckers for it. You keep looking.
Is that enough yet?
No! You'll have to try harder.
Everything's loaded up?
Is that all you found?
Yes. That's all.
It's still not enough. I'm running out of patience.
That's the best we could do.
That's what you think, lad. Hey, peasant, come here.
Are you satisfied?
I'm not. And do you know what happens if I'm not satisfied?
What are we supposed to do? We gave you all we had.
Then you're in luck, because you won't need anything ever again. Kill him, lad. And all the rest of these yokels too. It'll be a warning to others.
You can't do that. The king will hear of it.
Nobody will hear a word of it. What are you waiting for, lad? Take care of them.
I don't want anything to do with that.
You don't, eh? Do you think I give a shit what you want? That was an order, you whoreson! If you don't want to end up like them, you'd better obey it!
I won't let you hurt innocent people.
If you're so fond of this shithole village, then you'll share its fate.
Defend yourselves, folks! They want to kill us!
Now you're gonna get it!
Let him out! You got him out, sweet!
A bandage! Quick! I hope that's enough.
I need a bandage, quick! Go kill him! Lad, the Lord above must have sent you to us. What would have happened to us if you decided not to help us?
Well, I couldn't stand back and watch them slay all of you.
But now what? They'll definitely be looking for them soldiers if they don't come back.
Pull the cart away somewhere far from the village, so it looks like an ambush.
And will they believe it?
Why not? There's bandits in the woods attacking the supply runs all the time.
But he's dead. Christ.
So, how are you doing?
Why do you ask? You left us with some food, so maybe we won't even starve to death.
I didn't want that.
But you were still with them. That's all that matters. Maybe it could have turned out worse, and maybe it didn't thanks to you, but whenever I see you, it's like a knife in my heart. Farewell, my friend.
Ugh. You've no business here. That's... Right.
How are you doing?
I suppose so. We kept expecting soldiers to show up banging on our doors, but nothing ever happened, so we got used to it.
I'm glad to hear it. At least it wasn't all in vain.
It wasn't. And maybe we owe you our lives. But we won't rest easy until those brigands pull out of here. And maybe not even then. Maybe they'll come and murder us as a farewell. Farewell, my friend.